All right, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G. Back at y'all another episode of Running With You. And tonight we got to run about this podcast. I forget the lady name, but she be on a lot of different podcasts talking about relationships. Very, very nice looking lady, but I think her name is Dr. something named Dr. something. I forgot her name, but somebody on her show had asked her, why can't men take a woman serious in a relationship if they always dressing sexy or something of that sort. I haven't watched the video. I just remember seeing like a little snippet of it, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on and react to that." I've been seeing it making waves around the internet, so we'll go ahead on and react to it live with y'all. Without further ado, let's go ahead on and get into what she said to this question. She's not one of those women who's a girl's girl. She pretty much called it like how it is. So be expecting to see an answer that most men will probably say.
Why can't men treat women like ladies if they dress super sexy?
Okay.
I don't want to say the first thing that came to my
Please say
mind.
the first thing that comes to your mind. Say the thing.
If you dress like a hoe, I'm gonna treat you like a hoe. If you dress like the UPS man, I expect you to deliver the mail. You dress for the occupation that you have. And if you want to be scantily clad, that's fine. It just warrants more attention than respect. So the question is, what is the end result that you want? And I'll tell you this right now. I don't care what anybody says. I have a lot of high value, high earning, masculine men in my life. Multimillionaires, single, happy, know who they are, certain, in purpose, on purpose. Some of them are married, some of them have girlfriends. I have the whole spectrum, right? Genuine friendships with these people. Some are mentors. I will tell you right now, the less clothing that a woman has on is the higher chance of disqualification for a high value, high earning, masculine man for the long term.
Yeah, she absolutely right. Like one thing about men, a man, they will still deal with you, but at the same time, not take you serious for a long term relationship. So they just gonna put you in that rotation box of you being on the roster. They're gonna, give you your time. They might do little things for you to, keep you around, but ultimately they don't want to commit to you and get in a relationship. And that's why a lot of females are in these situationships and they're not in a relationship because they're in these situationships with the man that they can't get, but they think they got the man because the man is having sex with them. But sex and a relationship are two different things. And a lot of women know that, but they just have cope and they say, oh, I have a lot of options. Oh, I got a lot of niggas. But these same quote unquote options are simps that you don't want and the man that you do want that don't want to take you serious. She said the less you dress, the more higher chance that you will be disqualified. That is absolutely right. A man can be all in the thought face. A man can be all in the you know girl who's has a reputation for being a whole face, but taking her serious and putting that ring on her finger, giving her his last name is a totally different uh subject. And a lot of girls, they like to use certain girls as an exception to the rule, like, oh look, well, look at Cardi B. Oh well, look up just all these women that carry themselves a certain way that won't get wiped up. But the only reason Cardi B got wiped up is because she is Cardi B and she has a whole lot of money. And, to a lot of men, she has a lot of sex appeal, you know. But it's going to be a certain type of man that she's going to go for. And that type of man that she's going to go for, it's never going to work out. But they will still feel like Cardi B is winning because she does have the money and they feel like, oh, she could get this man, this man, this man, and it always are options. But I digress, man. See, women, they would try to use a man and put them in a friend zone and get benefits out of him. In a whole while, he'll probably be thinking that she's feeling him, especially if he's a simp and he just can't read between the lines. But a man, you know, a man gonna pretty much let you, be in the comfort of his home, be in his face and all that, and be, give you time of day. Like a man gonna do that, but a woman, she not gonna give you time of day. It's always gonna be busy, or when they do link up with you, it's always just to go out and go have some drinks, you know, like that. But women can't understand and differentiate, you know, them getting curved the same way they'll curve a man when it comes to being put in the friend zone. And if you dress in a certain type of way, a man ain't gonna want to hold you around on his arm. That's not a trophy wife material.
Now they'll take you for the night.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll take you for a couple weeks, maybe a month. You might get a trip. And if that's all you want, then that's great. But if you actually want to be loved and valued by this type of man, you can't dress you just can't, you don't get to do certain things. You just don't. You don't.
Do you feel like that's a sense of control?
No.
I don't.
I feel like it's a sense of respect. It goes back to exclusivity. If everybody can see it, what is special about it? In this day and age, people are walking outside with lingerie on and Air Maxes on. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good sexy number. Okay, I do. I love a good ooh
la la.
I am feeling myself. I'm a cleavage girl, but you can't do both.
The cleavage be cleavage.
It be out, but you got to choose. You can't have legs out and chest out and midriff out. I mean, you can, but you're disqualifying yourself from really attracting and calling in a high value masculine man. They don't want that. It's too easy.
Yeah, man. She brought up the controlling thing. She said she don't agree with that, but she was basically saying, playing devil's advocate, because there's always going to be those women who's feeling like, oh, well, you should let me wear what I want to wear. Don't control me. Once again, they'll look at an exception to the rule, like Coco with Ice-T. But what they don't know is Coco got like some stimulations in that marriage contract. I heard like it's a whole bunch of stuff Ice Cube got up in there. But yeah, man. They always try to go to the controlling thing, always try to go through these shaming tactics. Oh, you're being controlling. Oh, you're being a narcissist. Oh, you're being insecure. All these type of internet buzzwords. But in reality, they know, what's right and what's wrong, because they wouldn't want their son to go through it with another woman. Exclusivity. A lot of men, I was just looking at the Twitter, and it was like, oh, what's a man ick? And somebody had said, oh, you sending me a picture and then posted it on the internet right afterwards. Some people want their own picture exclusive for them, not a picture where you send it to me and then everybody gonna go see it, and especially a woman who's on there with see-through clothes on. Like me personally, I don't want my girl to sexualize herself in no way, shape, or form on the internet or out and about in public. I'm strictly old school, traditional. Lady in the street, freak in the sheets. But behind closed doors with me only. Like, I don't want you on no podcast talking about our sex life. I don't want you dressing a certain way, showing overly revealing yourself. Like, I don't want none of that. With my girl, period, because I don't want my girl to just off the dump be sexualized. Like some women, they are beautiful, but when you see them, you respect them and know, okay, I don't even just sexualize her like that, because the way they carry themselves. For example, Regina Hall, beautiful, but you don't just sexualize her in the way that you would sexualize a Cardi B. You don't sexualize her in the way you would sexualize a Ari, because Ari and Cardi B, they just letting it all hang out and showing. You barely have any type of imagination for them. But Regina Hall, Kyla Pratt, women like those type of women, sure, once you get behind closed doors, your imagination gonna really be filming, because it's like, damn, this is what's been under them closed all that time. And you feel more special because you one of the few men who gonna see that. And even if you one of a lot of men, it's better to that with your girl between everybody, just knowing that between you and your girl. You see what I'm saying? Exclusivity.
I mean, they'll take it. Don't get me wrong, but they won't keep it.
Oh yeah, and then she said something about, "Oh, I'm a cleavage girl. You can't show legs and cleavage." Like me personally, we got to see what type of dress it is before you go out on it. You know, and I like just like the Usher thing with Kiki Palmer. I wouldn't want Kiki Palmer to attend that concert with that dress, and I definitely wouldn't want her to just, getting the cherries and stuff from the Usher. Like all that, like I said, all that sexualizing stuff. Nah, and like I said, from that preference of mine, niggas will say, "Oh, you're being in control. You're being controlling. You're being insecure." Like call it what you want. This is just my preferences.
I agree. I agree.
Kenny, I gotta ask you because you're a man. What's your answer? Why won't a man treat you like a lady if you dress overly sexy?
I would respect the woman. Like she's still a woman. She still dress how she wants to dress, whether it's super business casual or she's like sexy, raunchy, right?
Mhm.
There's still a level of respect. If we're talking about let's take things seriously, yeah, it's gonna be very different.
In a way.
No way. Because it's like you're giving yourself out visually to the whole world and you're expecting me to feel exclusive about it. That's not the case.
I can't men treat women like ladies if they dress super sexy.
All right, so yeah, man, I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Fellas, have you ever dealt with this with a woman? Woman, have you ever dealt with this with a man like that y'all was seeing? Like, did you feel like he was being controlling, insecure, or when you go out and about, do you get a certain type of response from men when you dress a certain way? You know, and a lot of that stuff when it comes to men and you dress in a certain way, it's going to attract the wrong type of crowd. Just like I was saying about Regina Hall and Kyla Pratt. Sometimes you could have those men who's just drunk, belligerent, and just gonna, act off of their horniness just by the way a woman is dressed and carrying herself. And a lot of times she could be with her man, and the man could be in the restroom, and then a man can try her while the man going, and then that could turn into a whole situation when he get back. Like a lot of that stuff could have been avoided had she carried herself better and had she dressed more modest. That's all I'm saying. So a lot of that stuff be a safety thing too. But I don't know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Let me know if y'all experienced any things like this. And if you like the video, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, what you waiting on? Until next time, I'm out.